The last thing that mindfulness does that I think is really cool is our amygdala is responsible for, in our brain is responsible for our fight, flight, or freeze. So it's someone cuts you off in traffic, your amygdala is responsible for slamming on the brakes and getting really tense and maybe yelling something that you wish you hadn't at someone, right? And so in ADHDers, we have a really overactive amygdala. Our amygdala, it's like always looking for danger. It's always looking out for, something that might be embarrassing or something that might be hard. And it puts us into fight, flight, or freeze a lot. And studies have shown that a regular mindfulness practice actually shrinks the amygdala and makes it less reactive. So you can imagine if you aren't always reacting these big reactions and getting put fight, flight, or freeze, you're able to respond more patiently. You're able to pay attention more. You're able to motivate to do things because you're not constantly in that survival mode. So mindfulness is really, really important. And I think it's sometimes overlooked skill when thinking about ADHD, especially in young adults.
That's a lot of stuff. That's good.
Yeah, I'm very passionate about mindfulness.
How do you balance ADHD with parenting and personal obligations?
This is one of the hardest things that parents of young adults deal with. We can parent our ADHD kids 24/7, right? We can support them in everything from getting up on time to doing homework to making sure they're not staying up all night, to making sure they're eating, to making sure they're taking their meds. The list goes on and on and on, and it's exhausting. But what I tell parents is, it's twofold. One, your personal obligations are essential for you to have boundaries around. They help you stay connected to yourself. They help you make sure that you're not falling behind on all the things that are going to help your family and help those around you. And it is so true that we can't pour from an empty cup. I know that saying is said a lot, or you have to put on your oxygen mask before you can put theirs on, but it's so true. So I've seen a lot of parents that just have devoted their whole lives to their young adult ADHDers, and they feel like shells of themselves. They are resentful, they're frustrated, they're ready to give up on their kiddo. And I think that doesn't serve anyone. So some of the, more practical things that I suggest is making sure that every single day you do something for yourself that is one of your personal obligations. This can be for work. This can be for your home. This can be for yourself. So for instance, you could make sure that you get on a work call uninterrupted and you put your phone on do not disturb. You make sure that you go to the grocery store and you don't take that call from your adult kiddo when they're calling and you say, sorry, I'm at the grocery store. I'll talk to you when I get home. Or you get in your workout. You go to your favorite workout class. Those are examples. So making sure that you are still keeping those boundaries. And how we keep boundaries with ADHDers is we have to be really explicitly clear about them. And we have to hold them tight because in an ADHD brain, it really is give an inch and we'll take a mile. We don't do a good job of discerning, oh, this was a one-off, or, oh, I can't really take advantage of this anymore. So if mom says, okay, every time I go to the grocery store, I'm not going to take your call. That's my time to listen to my podcast, do my grocery shopping, and you're not going to call. And then the kiddo calls 3 times and mom says, okay, fine, I'll answer. And it's like, okay, yes, I'll come home and help you with your chemistry homework right now. I'm on my way. Then that kiddo every single time is going to be like, oh, mom's just going to come to my rescue. That's great. And so instead, if you do feel the need to answer, making sure you hold that boundary. I'm so sorry you're struggling with your homework right now. That must feel really frustrating. I'll be home in an hour.